Kelce does nothing, right? I mean, but they get production from Kareem Hunt, who was on the couch to start the season, who was sitting out of football at the start of the season, and Juju Smith-Schuster, who didn't have a lot of other options.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt talking about something. We going back like he was there on the other ones.
Just right. Like he was there.
We going back. Where you going back to?
You were in Cleveland last time we saw you. But Xavier Worthy stepped up. In a game in which Travis Kelce has a 16% target share. That's his lowest ever in a playoff game since the 2019 Super Bowl. He'd had 14 straight playoff games with at least 70 or more receiving yards, so he winds up with only 2 for 19. It's his lowest ever in a playoff game. In a game in which they get no production out of Travis Kelce, again, Justin Watson catches the 2-point conversion. Hollywood Brown had some nice plays. Again, Kareem Hunt and Juju Smith-Schuster. Like when we started the season, we're like, oh, this is going to be Isaiah Pacheco and Rashee Rice and Kelce, and it's Juju and Hunt and Watson, and that's the brilliance of Andy Reid's play calling. That's the brilliance of 15. Give the Chiefs credit, and we'll get to this. I mean, they're the 4th team in NFL history with 3 straight Super Bowl appearances. This is there's so many crazy stats, and you're going to hear all of them over the next 2 weeks from us and everyone else that covers football and is going to talk about the Super Bowl matchup. But one of them is that Patrick Mahomes has been an NFL starting quarterback for 7 seasons. That's it, 7 seasons. Yeah. He's played in the Super Bowl in 5 of them.
That's crazy.
I mean, most quarterbacks don't get to the Super Bowl 5 times in their career, and he's done it in 5 of his first 7.
The 2 times that he didn't make it, one was because Dee Ford was offsides against the Patriots.
Yep.
If he's just
speaking of a call that game, Tom Brady, that's still crazy.
Yeah.
But
If Dee Ford is just 2 inches, Mahomes is in another Super Bowl. Yeah. And then they lost in OT to the Bengals in an AFC title game. And that is the one game on Mahomes' kind of legacy. And look, his legacy is far overwhelmed by the successes, but that was the one time that he did get a bit rattled. But outside of that, I think the key is with Mahomes, Matthew, and you brought it up, is that he's just made greatness seem so routine. He is just completely unflustered. There is a 0% chance he is going to be overawed by the moment in the Super Bowl. And I think that is the best thing about him, is just that calmness under pressure.
He's been in the NFL 8 years, 7 seasons as a starter. His rookie year, he only didn't start till the last game. With this victory, he passes Joe Montana for the 2nd most playoff wins in NFL history. In 8 years, he's 17-3 in the playoffs for his career. 17-3. Joe Montana, who many people consider, the greatest or one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
He
Brady
was for a long time.
For a long time, he was the gold standard, and then Brady, of course. But still, to be,
you're passing Joe Montana.
Well, you're passing Joe Montana ever in your career would be a milestone. But to do it in your first 8 seasons and really only 7 as a starter is ridiculous.
Yeah. And the thing is this Chiefs team's really not that amazing. In terms of the talent, yes, it's obviously still Mahomes. They're still a very talented team, but they shouldn't have been moving the ball successfully as they did yesterday. Yeah. It's just that they press on every advantage. Christian Benford's out. All right, Kyrie Lamb, if you're getting targeted every single time, and it was just comical the extent to which they took advantage of him. They just make the right decisions. They optimize absolutely everything, and they deserve to be where they are.
I think Xavier Worthy has arrived, especially over the second half of the season. I think that's a big reason. They needed him to, mature in his game a little bit. 7 straight games with at least 5 receptions, had a team-high 28% target share. Going forward in fantasy, it'll be interesting to see where he goes now that we see he's clearly the number 1 wide receiver.
Well, they're going to have Rashee Rice back next. The Chiefs are going to be a disaster for people that do what we do and because people have emerged while Rashee Rice has been out, and I don't know what you do with the running back situation. I think if you're the Chiefs, they've got to bring Kareem Hunt back. I think he's on a 1-year whatever deal.
Bring in a rookie too.
Probably soon, but Pacheco this is his 3rd straight game with 7 or fewer touches, and if you watch the games, you're like, I get it. Hunt has looked better. Kareem Hunt has just absolutely looked better. Pacheco has just been. It's so weird. And I don't know if maybe next year he'll be more explosive after a year removed from the injury. But he looks like he's running in mud. Although he did convert the clutch. He made that big play at the end of the game to seal.
He had a lot of grass to run with on that play.
He did. It was just a perfect scheme.
Okay. Well,
again, that's what we talk about with the defense. Again, they just defensively they weren't ready for the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's like McDermott didn't call a good game.
No.
Like they just completely butchered it on defense. Like make Mahomes throw deep. Make these guys win in single coverage. Like you can't just get sliced to death like that over and over again.
To me, the call was a big one, and I was going to focus on the call, but Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo just outcoached their counterparts on the Bills significantly. They did. And that's, to me, the biggest reason why Kansas City is making its third straight Super Bowl appearance. And I'm officially rooting for them, by the way.
Exactly.
I'm officially rooting for them.
Because
like, if they're going to be there, I want Bills Commanders. That's the Super Bowl I wanted. But now that that's not going to happen, give them a three-peat because they deserve it. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com. And I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched. Or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.